Been a while, but I'm back with a collection update showing what I bought from August to November 2022, with a little bit of December as well. I normally want to do these at the beginning of the month, but stuff in my life had me putting it off until now. I also meant for this to only cover up to October, but once again, life pushed me back. As a result, I've got around double the usual amount of stuff to show in this one. Also, the usual table was unavailable, so I had to settle for a smaller one. I also didn't realise how reflective this table was watching this back, but I'm at least glad my face still can't be made out. Starting with the series, the RNG determined I buy a game from last time, as I got the Ninja Savior's Return of the Warriors on the Switch. Next, my full set aims. Though it's been 4.5 months, I've only got 3 games combined between the GameCube and Wii U. For the GameCube, I got King Arthur, The Truth Behind the Legend, and But Ugly Martians, Zoom More Doom. For the Wii U, I got the standard release of Mario Party 10. I already own the Amiibo Mario bundle, and I'm still missing the bundles with the Peach and Bowser Amiibos. I also got the Legend of Zelda 35th Anniversary Game & Watch. This is the first Game & Watch I've ever owned. Then the rest of the consoles in release order. For the PS1, Shrek Treasure Hunt. For the PS2, Wallace & Gromit Curse of the Were-Rabbit. Then for the Xbox, I got a lot. First, I got Memoric the Apprentice Knight, only a $5 I think, for a copy listed as used but turned out to be sealed. Then I bought a bundle of 8 games because they were very cheap, and my Xbox collection is seriously lagging behind my GameCube and PS2 ones. This bundle contained NFL 2K3, Super Monkey Ball Deluxe, Enclave, Burnout Revenge, Madden NFL 2005, Goblin Commander Unleash the Horde, Pirates of the Caribbean, and True Crime Streets of LA. For the DS, I bought LEGO The Lord of the Rings and Sonic Colors. For Sonic on the DS, I believe I'm still missing the limited edition of Colors, Sonic Classics Collection, and the first Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. And then for the PSP, Samurai Warriors State of War. 3 games for the Wii, Dewey's Adventure, Overlord Dark Legend, and Endless Ocean. Soon after the last collecting video, I got bit by the PS3 collecting bug and bought Dragon Ball Z Burst Limit, Dynasty Warriors 6 Empires, MotorStorm, Thor God of Thunder, White Knight Chronicles, and X-Blaze Code Embio. And since my brother didn't want them anymore, he gave me his Assassin's Creed Rogue and a very grubby Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. That big benefit of being a collector, people will just give you stuff if they don't want them anymore. The only new game I bought since Xenoblade Chronicles 3, Sonic Frontiers on the PS4. Then for the Xbox One, I finally got my second ever game for it, Code Vein. And then 4 more Switch games to finish up on the games. The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD, 88 Heroes 98 Heroes Edition, Wonder Boy Collection, and Oddworld Collection. I already own Munch's Odyssey, but I've never played Stranger's Wrath or New and Tasty. I also got Volume 10 of The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess manga. But now we get to the part that rivals or may even outnumber the games, the Doctor Who stuff. After Power of the Doctor, my youngest brother got interested in the series and I've been going through it with him, which has been keeping me fixated on the franchise at a point where my focus would have shifted over to other things. So continuing through the Tom Baker years, I got on DVD The Hand of Fear, The Deadly Assassin, The Face of Evil, the Revisitations 1 box set containing special editions of The Talons of Weng Chiang, The Caves of Androzani, and the movie. The latter 2 I already owned, but it's nice to get more features. And finally, Horror of Fang Rock. But I also skipped ahead and bought the Vengeance on Varos Special Edition, Scream of the Shalka, and The Infinite Quest to show those to my brother. I also bought the complete Sarah Jane Adventures box set, as at the time it wasn't on iPlayer, only to show up on it days after I bought this. I got myself the Eagle Moss Figurine Collection TARDIS console from the 5 Doctors, along with its little booklet. I've also owned the New Who Supreme Dalek and Davros for a while, but not their magazines. 6 Big Finish audios, The Maltese Penguin, An Earthly Child, Trial of the Valeyard, Frostfire, The Beautiful People, and Out of Time 2, The Gates of Hell. 2 Target novelisations, the TV movie and The Eaters of Light. Another book, Doctor Who Origin Stories. Then 4 BBC audiobooks, The Art of Destruction, Wooden Heart, Sting of the Zygons, and The Dalek Conquests. I do own Sting of the Zygons in book form already, and have read The Art of Destruction long ago, but this lot was incredibly cheap. I got my second Doctor Who comic. After buying Supremacy of the Cybermen 5 years ago and not liking it much, I've now got 4 Doctors, which I enjoyed a lot more. Another case of something being incredibly cheap, I bought volumes 12 through 16 of the Doctor Who Battles in Time magazine, to get a taste of what their comics were like. As cheap as the BBC audiobooks were, they still came with a freebie, Target's The Doctor Who Monster Book from around 1975. I went through it once and then packed it away out of worry it might crumble to dust in my hands. Cool to have though. And finally, for my 30th birthday, a friend got me a signed photo of Peter Davison, my favourite Doctor from a convention. Just being very strategic to avoid showing my name because we're not there yet on this channel. I even got to record a birthday message from him, but that's for me and once again, contains my name. That's all the Doctor Who stuff, but there's one last thing. After being interested for over a decade, I finally went ahead and started Fist of the North Star, buying the first 5 volumes of these nice hardcover releases. Now to wait for all of it to come out in this form since I want the full set to be uniform. That's everything, which just leaves my usual RNG. I spin 583, which is the Mystery Dungeon franchise. Hopefully the gap between this one and the next isn't anywhere near as long this time.